What's going on, guys? It's Jazz of CP Time and Jazz Rants and just good old jazz sputin' jazz. But it's been a little while since I made a video, so I'm gonna get back into the groove. It's a little bit later than I normally record. It's actually nighttime and it's actually storming a little bit. So if you, I don't know, hear loud thunder in the background or my lights cut out, that's why. And you'll probably hear me scream like a little girl. I apologize for that. Um, let's see. I also am kind of more on the tired side because I just got back from holiday at Cedar Point. I'm sure some of you probably know what that is. Those that live in Ohio obviously know what that is. It's a big amusement park. But yeah, haven't gotten much sleep. I've upgraded to headbands now. It's kind of in my head, all hair all wrong or whatever, but it keeps my hair out of my face. And I also get people asking me about my shirts that I wear. This time it is, have you seen this wizard? Sirius Black. Random fact, he's my favorite Harry Potter character. Little did you know? But yeah, we're gonna talk about some pretty deep stuff today. Not too many ha-has. More serious notes today. Also, I'm talking in a very calm, sensual voice because it's a little later and people are trying to sleep. So, you got my calm, sensual voice tonight, guys. No crazy jazz. But yeah, let's get started. First of all, Hunter x Hunter is on Netflix now. I think that's great. It's a good way for people that don't have a Crunchyroll account to experience Hunter x Hunter. I wish they would put it on Hulu and just kind of keep up to date with it on Hulu. It actually kind of feels like it belongs on Hulu, but I'm glad they put it on Netflix. That's it's good. I've been watching it. I've been binge watching it like crazy. I'm on I think I'm on like episode 50 of it or something. It's crazy. It's good. I don't know why people hate on it. It's actually a really solid anime. I honestly like it better than Attack on Titan or Sword Art because it just, I don't know, doesn't bore me to tears. Like I'm sorry, I like both animes. I like Sword Art and Attack on Titan, but I just think they are very highly overrated, and they're okay. Let's see, a little Naruto spoiler because I just had to throw that in there. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it again. Naruto spoiler. If you haven't read or you want to watch it when it comes up, just kind of ignore what I'm saying. Skip a little bit, but I don't know. I'll hold my hands up or something when I'm done, so you can skip it or something. But Kakashi has his Sharingan in both eyes now. It is said that he's going to be Hokage or before Naruto, and he has a Susano'o. Sasuke is the definition of salt. But yeah, so it's kind of cool that they're making him more relevant now because, let's face it, after his fight with Zabuza all the way in part 1, Kakashi's kind of just been like, okay. But I think it's cool. But let's see what happens next. That's all I really have to talk about in the lighter notes to kind of brace yourselves for the more heavier stuff that we're going to talk about today. So I'm kind of playing catch up on information with what has happened, but the whole Michael Brown thing, and I also, please in the comments correct me if I'm giving I don't know, wrong information, and you know, I'm being as serious and sincere as I possibly can, like talking about this. So I'm not, if I come off as trying to be funny or anything, I'm really not. Um, but I guess the whole Michael Brown thing, basically, you know, he was shot and killed multiple times. He was unarmed. Eyewitnesses say he was trying to surrender. Police say that he was aggressively assaulting the officer. Um, Still trying to piece together all the puzzle pieces of what actually went down. Um, but it's crazy because not too long ago, I think it was about a month ago, you had Eric Garner, who just recently died because he got choked from behind. Sorry, stuttering a lot and going a lot because tired. But he got choked from behind by a police officer that was, in his civilian clothes, and he was not really being hostile or confrontational. And apparently, the police in the area had kind of been, messing with him. Not really messing with him, but like, just kind of keeping their eye on him and borderline harassing him. And he, died because the officer choked him from behind, which the choke wasn't what killed him, I believe. It was, he was asthmatic, and the choke kind of set the motion for him to die because he couldn't breathe. But he did say he couldn't breathe, and the guy was not, easing up on him. And his asthma kicked in, and, he was a bigger set dude, so, like, asthma was a big deal. But yeah, so that's recent too, and then you add the whole Michael Brown thing. It's crazy. Like, it's especially both African Americans. There's a lot of tension with like the treatment of African Americans and the police. There's always going to be that tension because it's just we see examples like this more often than we should, and it's mind-boggling that just people that are innocent is just getting you know caught in brutal brutal actions by the police, and it's just crazy. Like, I'm not trying to take shots at cops or officers or anything like that, so I'm not, there are cops out there, there are cops out there that aren't dicks. I'm not trying to be that black dude that hates cops and like, oh man, F the police. Because I mean, when shit goes down, like, who are you calling first? You're calling the police. But there are some cops out there that just, I don't think should be cops, because stuff like this happens, and they don't make the right call, and then it opens a can of worms. There's always been tension. There's just been this tension, and the whole Michael Brown thing was just waiting for it to pop off, and it did, and it exploded. And you had protests, and just he was only 18, I believe, just about to start college, had his whole life and like ahead of him, and it got stolen from him because just a bad call. Like, you didn't have to do that. I mean, of course, we're still getting the pieces of the puzzle. But I just feel like there's always another way where people don't have to die. But there was lots of protests. I will say this: some people that were protesting, I think, kind of made a bad call with their actions. Like, you shouldn't taunt and egg on the police officers. Like, I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that, but it just seems like kind of taunting them just kind of doesn't really help anything. I mean, protesting, oh yeah, by all means, do it, get justice. But I just feel like there's some people that are kind of holding the whole getting justice thing back by, taunting the police and just being rambunctious and crazy and stuff. But I mean, protest. But just there are some things you probably shouldn't do, because it kind of ruins it for the people that are actually there to, they're angry and upset and hurt, but they're not trying to like be an ass. They just want justice for their, the kid that lost his life, not just, I don't know, fury and anger at every cop and just want to, be an ass to be an ass over the whole situation. Like, this escalated into turning it into the area into a war zone, and like people looting, a convenience store and setting it on fire. Like, you're upset, yes, but how is that helping the cause of, getting justice for this kid? Because, you looted and burnt a convenience store and stealing and shooting out in the streets and stuff like that, where more people are going to get hurt. It's going to turn into a war zone, and the people that are actually there protesting for justice and not being like just, I don't know, angry and just to be angry and going out and just channeling their anger into committing crimes, they can't do what they came to do, because it's a war zone and anybody that's there protesting is going to get arrested or have, tear gas thrown at them, and it sets back the whole focus of getting justice for him. So you just, like, I know I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. It's just, people are upset, but you gotta handle it well for the kid's sake. You gotta make sure that you're not being like rambunctious and crazy and like, be upset, be mad, be angry, yeah, protest, but robbing a store and shooting and, like holding every single cop responsible for the actions of one dumbass, it just doesn't set things forward. But yeah, like I said, if I'm getting any information wrong, like, please, in the comments, like, give me some more intel. Like I said, I've been on holiday. I came back and I just heard about all this. So I kind of tried to piece everything together real quick for you guys and add it in the video. But I would like to know more intel, or even your opinions about it. It's a big deal. And there was a Twitter trend that I didn't really understand at first, because as stated before, but just people tweeting, hashtag if they gun me down, which picture would they use? And I don't know, it makes you think a little bit, like, are they gonna find the picture of you being, I don't know, crazy, hanging out with friends, or are they gonna use like a picture of you walking with your diploma or something? I don't know. It's just African Americans are just portrayed as a. They're just. I'm not a fan of how we're portrayed sometimes, majority of the time. But also, speaking of the whole "if they gun me down" thing, like, it does make you think, but at the same time, don't, like, it's. I don't know why people joke about serious things. Like, yes, jokes can lighten the mood, but come on, man. Like, don't be disrespectful. But, yeah. There's also one more thing I wanted to cover, and then I'm going to have to wrap this video up because I'm kind of, you know, pushing on time, and this was my get back into the mix video. But, you know, Robin Williams died today. Well, it won't be today when you watch this video, but yeah, he passed away. Or not passed away, he, you know, it was said that he committed suicide at, he was only 63, and, like, Robin Williams, man, like, he seemed like the most happiest guy, but, you know, money can't buy happiness, and, I mean, he was an actor, so we have no idea how bad he was actually hurting on the inside, or what was, you know, bothering him. But it just, I don't know. I grew up watching watching like Flubber, and I mean there were some movies I haven't seen of him, but he did like a Legend of Zelda commercial that was just awesome, and you know, good comedian. He's have you ever seen his stand-up comedy? He's actually really funny. Like, he's a good stand-up comedian, but I remember him the best as Genie from Aladdin. Aladdin's actually my favorite Disney movie, and Genie was like, he was that dude. But, you know, it's just crazy that, like, you would have never thought that he just harbored this depression. But it's just, it's, I don't have any words. But maybe, you know, you don't know what he was going through. Like, Robin Williams, I mean, based on his movies, and if you ever see him in his interviews, or I watched a video one time of him, like, playing with an ape and just hugging and just being happy, but, you know, you never really know what's going on behind, in his head. There could have been some stuff he was going through that only he understood and couldn't bear to, you know, deal with it anymore. I mean, we're not 100% sure it's suicide, but it's like almost like 90% sure that it is. But it makes you, like, it sucks that someone such as Robin Williams had to die for people to, like, finally get that, hey, depression is like a big deal. Like, people battle depression all the time, and it's not something to take lightly. Like, it's a serious struggle, depression. And, like, I hope people out there kind of get the picture, like, okay, yeah, depression's like a big deal, like, because, you know, this happened. But you know, I gotta wrap this video up. I'm sorry that it's my video back to you guys isn't a happy-go-lucky, you know, me jumping around being crazy jazz and whatnot. But I felt like, you know, I needed to kind of take a step back and do a little easier, lighter video. Man, this is a long video. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I didn't want it to be long and be rambling all blah blah, but you know, rest in peace those that have recently lost their lives, and you know, I'm sorry that you were either, you know, taken from this world wrongfully, or you just, there was some deep emotional battle that you just couldn't bear to try to endure any longer. But may you all rest in peace. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys, because it's going on 20 minutes, and I'm sorry that you had to listen to me talk this long. But yeah, more videos coming. Subscribe to Blurds, and I'll see you guys later.